Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. On today's video, I'm going to try and show you how to make these cute little mini embellishments. So I showed these on my last video. They were in a tag flip that I made, and this is them. I took them out. So we are going to try and I'm going to attempt it to show you how I made these. So first of all, I want to say that I got the idea from Era the Paper Treasury. Years ago, she had a YouTube tutorial showing how to make just these tiny little embellishments from scraps. And so I made these, and I use these for inspiration when I need to make just, a tiny embellishment. These are super cute, and you just need, scrap paper. You really don't need a lot. And you can even use like punch out like the little images from some of your papers or your cut aparts to use for these. And so yeah, I wanted to show these. This is my inspiration. I wanted to give her credit because she did inspire me to make these. And so first of all, what we're going to do is I have all my punches sitting out here, and I have some string, some lace, some ribbon. I have ribbon. I have some flowers. Here, I have some flowers. These were gifted to me, so I don't know where they were from, but they're super cute. These are from Hobby Lobby. What else? I have some washi tape because we're going to have to make a two-toned strip like this. And so I have some washi tape, and then just a bunch of scraps. So okay, and I've got glue and scissors. I've got, like, this whole thing is just filled with stuff that I need. Okay, so let's get started. I need to quit rambling and just get started. So first of all, I'm going to take this 1.5 inch punch, and we're gonna make this one here first. I hope I'm close enough. I don't know if I'm zoomed in close enough. We'll zoom in just a little bit more. We'll see if I can stay in frame for this. So we're gonna punch a 1.5 inch circle. Okay, and this one I did stitch around. We're gonna skip the stitching, but you can take this and stitch it. Okay, and then the next thing I did was I took the, and this is the gather paper from Maggie Holmes, in case you're wondering. And so the next thing I did was I took a piece of the patterned paper with a little pony, or it's actually unicorns. So I took it and I punched it with my scallop punch. Let's see. Okay. And this scallop punch it's 1.5 inches. So, and now we have this. I can't see what I'm doing here. I just have to adjust this just a little. So we have this one and this one ready. And so for this one also I have like a strip of ribbon back here. So here's a piece of ribbon that I've already cut, and this ribbon is from it's from Dollar Tree last year or the year before. They probably still have it, I'm not sure. Uh-oh, whoops, there it is. And so I cut a strip of ribbon, and the ribbon is 1.5 inches. Just use your scraps. It doesn't have to be the exact measurements that I've got here. But I'm just giving you the measurements just so you know. And then what I like to do after I do that is I like to take this little lighter here, and I just kind of run it across the edges just so that the ribbon doesn't fray. Okay, so now we have our little ribbon here. And then I have this piece of lace. I don't know where this is from because it was also gifted to me. But so we're going to put a piece of lace across the back, and I'm just going to eyeball that, cut it about right here. I'll measure it though. Just so, I always turn my ruler the wrong way. It's about 2.5 inches. Okay, so there's our piece of lace. And then on here I also have a star. Oh, I forgot my glitter paper. It's typical to forget something. Okay, so I've got this little star punch here. I don't know what size this is. Just the star punch. And so I'm going to punch out a star from glitter paper. Little star here. And so now we're going to make this little strip right here. I'm not going to stitch around it either, but you know, just take it over to your machine or whatever and stitch around, or even hand stitch it. It doesn't matter. And we're just going to leave it plain. And so that paper I used, excuse me, you know, just scraps. So we're just going to, also on those, I have this little die here, and that's what I used mostly, but since a lot of you, I'm sure, don't have that die, we're just going to cut paper. Make it simple. So this strip should be about 9/16 wide. Or you can make it 5/8. I did write that measurement down here. I don't know if you can see it. So, you know, just guess. And then we're going to fishtail the end. I don't get my fishtails in the center a lot of times, but okay. Got my handy dandy new trash can behind me. I don't know if you saw that video. I love it. It's just sitting right behind me. Okay, and so we have that one. And the next thing we're going to do, this one doesn't have like the thread all twirled around inside there, but behind there, but you can do that if you want to. So I would probably do that on top of here if that's what you wanted to do. But since we're not doing it, we are going to attach the lace to the back of this, and I'm going to use Fabrifix. And also, if you don't want to use glue, all you've got to do is just layer these up. Yeah, these are all going behind like this. You could just layer these up and staple it. Maybe we'll just do that. That may be how I did it anyway. You know, these are just, they're all different, so I'm not sure. That did bunch up. Staples do that sometimes. So there we go. We've got that little strip together. So instead of glue, which I'm kind of glad I didn't do, we put a staple in there. Yeah, this one looks glued. I did staple a lot of them. So staple it. The next little thing is to put the little star on. So I do love this glue here. This is Aleene's. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's Fast Grab Tacky Glue. It's my favorite glue, wet glue. So we're just going to stick that right on there. And then what I did on this one was, I distressed it using this nail file. I think I got this from Sally's. And so I just take my paper and I just, you know, I'm sorry if this hurts your ears. It may be loud, I'm not sure. And I just, you know, rough up my paper. Because I kind of like shabby. I like shabby, and so just kind of, you know, rough it up a little bit. And then the next thing you do is glue it onto your other piece. this back in properly. So just see if I'm in frame. I don't quite know what I'm doing. I'm just all over the place. Okay, just kind of get your little image going straight, the same as the lace. Kind of line it up with the lace and off center it, just like that. And then what I did on this one also is I put a little sequin, and so I have my sequins over here. So I have this little sequin here. My camera's up so high I can't tell, I can't see it to see if I'm staying in frame or not. So what I like to use to glue my sequins on with is the E6000. I'll show you, I've got a new tube here. This E6000 here, because it holds the sequins on really well. And so just stick your little sequin on there like that. And then on this one too, I also have a little gem right there. And so I have these gems that are from Hobby Lobby, gemstones. And just take one of these and just place it, oops, right here. And there you go. We've made the first one. The only thing missing was the stitching, and you know that's optional. So super cute. See, those are easy, and you just make them from your scraps. So let's try this one next. And so I did already I prepped this one, so I did already stitch around it. So this is the circle, the 1.5 inch circle, and then I took the scallop punch again, and I took some scrap paper. It's not going to fit through there. Punch a piece of, I use this green color here, and then I took my file, and I just, I'll hold it down here away from the microphone so maybe it won't be loud. I know some people wear earphones to watch YouTube, and I do too, and so I guess sometimes these little noises get pretty loud. Okay, now let me look at this one. Okay, so these little flags are behind the green piece, so I've already pre-cut one of these little gold ones. But what you would do is just cut you a strip of paper, you know, just like we did a while ago for the other little unicorn, and just cut you a strip of paper. This one's gold, and then, you know, fishtail it. Oops. Okay, so that you have a little fishtail. And then I had this piece, and this is the piece I wanted to use this with, because I don't have any more of that paper. So I thought, well, we'll just take a piece of pink cardstock. This is just a piece of pink scrap cardstock, and take this carousel washi, and I just pulled off a strip and put it on my paper. And when you put washi on paper, you have to burnish it real well. So take your bone folder and just, you know, put it down on a flat surface and just rub the heck out of it. That sticks your washi down. So I did that, and then I took it to my cutter, and I'll go ahead and cut one. So I took it to my cutter, and I cut a little strip out like this, and then just trim it to the length that you want. And my cutter tends to leave, I don't know if you can see that, it leaves like these fuzzy edges. So I also take this file and I just file my paper seems like I'm always filing paper because my cutter blade, it just, I don't know. Even the new blades just don't last very long, and they just start doing that, so. And I just file a lot of paper. So I don't like those rough edges. Okay, so then just fishtail your end. And so now we have this piece, which tucks behind. So we have our gold piece, and we have our pink piece, like this. The pink goes on top. It's sticking together. So the pink will go on top, like this. And then I have another star. So we'll punch a star. I think this is from, it says American Crafts. I'm not sure if it's from Joann's or Hobby Lobby. American Crafts, maybe Joann. So, got my star. And then I have this little swan image here. And so, I have some swan paper. So I have this piece of scrap here. And I've got this 1-inch circle punch here. And I'm going to punch me out a swan, just like that. So we have our swan, and what else I did was, on that one I also punched out a 1-inch circle to go behind it, so that when I took this little swan image, and I rough the edges up, you can see the gold peeking through around the edges, and I thought that was so cute. So yeah, just rough it up enough so that it kind of, you know, you'll be able to see a little bit of the gold, and you don't have to do that. I just thought it was really neat. So I got my swan all grungy. We're going to go ahead and use this glue. I probably would use Fabri-Tac to stick to glitter, but we're going to go ahead and use this glue here. And then, see how you can kind of see the gold? Isn't that so cute? So just kind of, you know, even off center a little to make sure that you can see the gold. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and so then this one is going to fit right on top of there. So let's go ahead and get these stuck on to this green piece here. So just kind of, what I do is I just kind of get them the way I want them, and then, whoops, get them the way I want them, and then flip it over. My little dog, she just heard somebody park their car and honk their horn to lock the doors, and she thinks it's my daughter. She thinks it's my daughter coming to visit. She always barks when she hears somebody lock their door and the little horn honks. Whoops. Whoops, missed that one. Okay, wait. You think you have company, Sophie? Okay. Sophie. Okay. And then, uh-oh, I lost my green piece. Oh, this is my green piece. This one goes on next. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure about this tutorial, guys. I'm sorry. Having some complications today. Okay, so just kind of off-center this one. Slide it over to the side just a little. Okay, and then we're going to stick the star on. And two, you could just staple those together. You don't have to use glue. just staple them. I think when Ara was, or yeah, is her name Ara? I think when she was making hers, she was stapling everything. I don't even know if she was using glue. It was so long ago. It would take me forever to find the video, so I didn't go back and look. But I think she may have been stapling all hers, and that's why all my little samples have staple in them. So, yeah, use the staples when you can. You don't have to use glue. I just use glue all the time. So, okay, and then so this one goes on. Oh, I'm sorry. Holding it in my lap practically. So just try and line up your little swan how you want him. I kind of thought the little star by the swan's head kind of resembled a crown. So I thought that was pretty cute. Okay, and so next I put on the flower. So I'm going to use one of these little, these are really pretty. I don't know where they came from. I wish I knew. I may try and contact the girl that gave them to me. She hasn't been on Instagram in a while, so her name's Yuki. She's Blip06. And I haven't seen her on YouTube in a while, or Instagram in a while, so I need to make sure she's doing okay. Okay, so now I've got the little flower on. And the next step is the button. And so the button I use, this one is similar. And I've already put the thread through there, so you wouldn't have to watch me do that. But the buttons came out of this mix here that I got from Buttons Galore. There's a mix of so many cute little buttons in here. This one's called Coral Reef. And it's got so many buttons in here that are like the perfect colors for Maggie Holmes. So cute. And there's sequins, and then there's these little half pearls that are like a teal color. So cute. And so I've got this. We're going to put some E6000 on it. On this little button here. Doesn't take very much. And then just put the little button here. I don't know where Buttons Galore and More gets their buttons, but this one says Ralph Lauren on it. I kind of got some glue on my gold, but it'll be okay. So I got the button on there. Super cute. And you know, you could also stitch these little flags here if you want to. And so the next thing I have is just a little gem on there. So just put your little jimmy up here or wherever you want. Just put them wherever you want to. Oh, and then there's a little sequin. So I think we're gonna go with, I have a couple of different ones I'll show you. So I have this little box here that I got from Joann's. It's like for jewelry, for beads and things. So I just keep a mixture of my pom-poms and my sequins in it, the things that I use the most, and I keep it on my desk. That way it's so handy. All I gotta do is just reach over and grab it because these are the ones I use all the time. So yeah, I just have that sitting over here so that I can just grab whatever I need out of it. So I've got this little sequin here. It's kind of a clear pink, kind of iridescent. You know, just use whatever you have that's, you know, that coordinates. It's super cute. And so we're gonna stick it right on here. That one doesn't show up too well. It's not very sparkly, but it'll be okay. I probably used a different one on the other one, but there we go. So we've got this one finished too. Okay, so we have that one and that one, and this one and this one. Looking pretty cute, aren't they? And so next we'll make this one. And so if you're tired of watching me make them, go ahead. Go ahead and go. I understand. It takes me forever to make anything. Completely understand. If you're bored. Okay, so I've got this paper here. We're going to cut out a 1.5 inch circle, and I'm sorry that was so loud. Okay, and then the next little thing on here, let me show you this. Okay, so we've got the little circle, and the next thing is the little yellow and white scallop. Okay, so we've got that piece, that little scrap piece right here. So we have this piece now, and then it looks like I have, I think, hang on a sec. I'm not sure, but I think this 1 1/4 is the gold. So I have a 1 1/4 inch circle punch here. And woo! Here it is. I think, yeah. So then this one, and then a swan image, which is punched from the 1 inch. So I got my little scrap swan image paper. Got it. So then take your nail file and kind of rough him up if you want to. And we're not going to put gold behind him because we've got that other gold circle that's about 1/4 inch larger than this one. Just rough it up. Okay, and this one, as you can see here, it does have a staple, so we're going to staple it all together. So it looks like the first thing I want to do is, okay, maybe we will, so I have this piece here. So you can get this book paper, this book looking paper from Joann's. And so I've already cut a little piece of page flag out of that. And so that's what I put right here. Or any book paper, just any book paper, doesn't have to be that. And then I have a piece of ribbon. So we're just going to take our ribbon and cut a piece of that off. And then it is fishtailed. Oops. Okay, so we have that one and that one. And then right here I also used this piece of, this one right here, this paper here. I have this little piece of scrap. And so we're going to cut it down a little bit. Let's see. So that it's about that 9/16. Okay, so then this one's fishtailed. And you can also stitch around these before you glue them all together. So it looks like I have the ribbon. Here, let me just do this real quick. Okay. So I have the ribbon, and then I have this piece here, and then it looks like I have the green piece. Let's see, this one comes this way. I'm not sure I'm even in frame. Okay, so just something similar to this. And we also need a piece of our lace here, so let's just set this on our piece of lace. Let's just do this. Okay, and then let's cut our lace. this piece here, your circle, set it on here. I'm going to flip it around this way. And I'm going to staple it, if I can hang on to it. Okay, sometimes when you staple, you catch your ribbon here and it kind of pulls the threads, but pretty cute. And something else I do sometimes is I take this little tool here, this jewelry tool, and I just kind of smash my staple so it's not so bulky. I'm not getting a hold of it very well, but if you can get a hold of it, I can't get a hold of it very well, but then you can kind of, you know, flatten it out a little so that it doesn't stick up. Anyway, it's not cooperating, but that's okay. So we've got this, and so the next thing I did was I put the thread on. So I have this hot pink thread, and how I get my thread on, and I'm sorry this video is going to be so long. I take like this sticky thumb adhesive or any kind you have, and just put a little adhesive tape on your piece there, and then, well, this is quite a mess here. So take your thread and just wrap it around your fingers, cut it off, and then just kind of wad it up a little. Okay, and you can mess with it, tuck your ends in however you want it, and then just stick it down on your tape. And that's how I've been doing it. There may be an easier way, but that's how I stick my thread onto my embellishments. Okay, so now we have that. And if you want to, you can wrap up your little yellow piece. You don't have to. I didn't on the sample that I have down there. So, and then take your glue, or you can staple these. It looks like I've stapled all those. Staple it or glue it. This one goes on next, and so off-center it. I don't know if you can see here how it's kind of off-centered. You can see this little circle back here. So that one's next, and it looks like my other one even came down just a hair. So just like this, and then the next piece is the gold. You know what? We're just going to staple these on, I think. So get your swan and put him on top of your gold. Put this one on here like this. Align it. Get your lace going out straight and your little swan kind of where you want to get it all lined up, how you want it. And then just staple it. I'm going to try not to staple his face, but there. So we've got this all done, and the next thing is to put the little flowers on. You don't have to put flowers. I like the flowers on there. I like to over embellish, I think. That's just me. Put a little flower on there. I did put one of these little jimmies on there. Let's see. It's like that. What is on my finger? I have no idea what that is. It's probably been in my video the entire time. It looks like ketchup, but I have not eaten any ketchup. I've eaten some chocolate. Okay, and so then we have our Oh my gosh, I'm such a mess, guys. Such a mess. Put our little sequin on there, and there we go. Got it all finished. Isn't it cute? And I did go back on these and put like some adhesive to hold this lace up. So you can just stick some adhesive down in there to kind of hold these pieces together if you want to. So just so it's not flimsy. So there we go. Those are the embellishments. Yeah. I didn't make these, but as you can see, I had the pieces all ready, but this video is so long already. So I want to show you this tissue paper here. How I did that is I just cut some tissue. This is double layered tissue paper. It looks like this. This came in a package that I got from Crystal, some Happy Mail, and I just recycled it. So you just fold this up and, you know, just cut yourself a strip. And then just take it and just, well, I go this way, but this is a little long. Oops. So take your paper and then just fold it up like this. Try and keep them lined up. And then take it to your machine and stitch it. Kind of, you know, make it a little straighter than I did. Usually I have mine sitting down while I'm trying to fold it, not holding it up in my hand. But then stitch it up so that it looks like this and fishtail it. And yeah, just make yourself an embellishment using tissue paper too. So just use your scraps up. They make some super cute embellishments. And also what I did with one of those was, look, I added it to one of my mom's crocheted little doilies. So yeah, I took like one of these little embellishments and stuck it in the middle of one of her little doilies. Put a little bow on there. You could put a little bow on here if you wanted. Hung a little tassel. Put some of the embroidery thread with the little sequins on it back there, and it turned out super cute. So yeah, these are so fun, and you can use these on a lot of things. And so, sorry my video's so long and probably so spastic, and I hope I made sense, and if I don't, just let me know, and I'll try and explain any questions you may have. So anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.